I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong.
Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents.
Don't get it twisted. Tank Davis still dangerous despite draw. Rematch with Roach looms large. Let's be clear. Just because some people think Gervonta Tank Davis had an off night doesn't mean you can walk in the ring and expect to have the same kind of night Lamont Roach did. Tank is still dangerous. If you slip up, he'll still crack you and possibly put you on the canvas. Not every fighter is built the same, and that's where many are getting it twisted. Tank actually did a lot right in that first fight. If Roach wasn't as skilled and composed as he is, he would have been steamrolled. People need to understand, Tank is still that guy. He just ran into someone operating at his level. A misunderstood knockdown. Insiders have pointed out a critical detail. The knockdown in the first fight may not have been caused by a clean shot. According to Davis's team, it was likely triggered by hair product or irritants getting in his eyes, impairing his vision temporarily. If true, that reframes the moment from a weakness to a technical oversight, something easily corrected with better preparation. For Team Davis, it's not about reinventing the wheel. Their original game plan focused on exploiting Roach's footwork and reaction timing. But they admit they missed the mark in some moments, mistimed attacks, hesitation when opportunities opened. Now, the adjustment isn't about changing the plan, it's about sharpening execution. Pain is part of the process. Davis's team has been clear, being tough isn't just about having a chin. There are many ways to hurt a fighter, mentally and physically. As one coach put it, you don't just go to the head or the body, there are other ways to break someone down. He believes Davis can hurt fighters.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the power for power? Louis deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Davis? He deserves to be somewhere also in the power for power.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was
in layers, breaking them systematically. But it takes discipline and a willingness to go through hell to make it happen. And not every fighter is willing to do that. Roach's rise wasn't a surprise to everyone. Some fans were stunned by Roach's performance, but those close to the sport weren't. Roach has long been respected in sparring circles, and many insiders have known he's capable. Just because someone isn't a household name doesn't mean they can't fight. Roach got his shot, and proved he belonged. Jeff Mayweather also reacted to the fight, calling the draw surprising but not outrageous. He backed Davis but admitted Roach showed grit and composure, stating that the result didn't indicate Tank has lost his edge.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and
it simply injected uncertainty. Tank now has to reassert dominance, he said. Jeff's comments highlight the fine line between loyalty and objectivity. Tank's aura, still intact. A key question now looms, has Davis's aura of invincibility been cracked? He was once viewed like a mini Tyson, explosive, terrifying, inevitable. Roach didn't fold. He moved up in weight and stood his ground. That visual matters. As Jeff Mayweather noted, fighters who once feared Tank might approach him differently now. But that might actually work in Tank's favor. Fewer nerves from opponents could give him more clean openings, if he adjusts. Shakur's take and strategic praise. Shakur Stevenson added an important perspective. He praised Roach's unique style and credited him with creating real problems for Tank. His commentary elevated Roach's stock, making it clear this wasn't a lucky night, it was a real test. Shakur didn't say much about adjustments. He might be fighting one of these guys himself someday, but he confirmed it's going to be a real fight again. "I think he was the same Tank," Stevenson said, dismissing narratives that Davis was mentally checked out. "Everyone goes through stuff, but he's still the fighter we've seen in every other fight." Garcia's warning. Mikey Garcia believes Tank can win the rematch, but not on talent alone. "He's got the skills and experience," Garcia said, "but if he's not mentally locked in, it could cost him." Garcia emphasized that success won't come just from physical prep. Davis has to be sharp upstairs, focused, present, and committed. Looking ahead, rematch, trilogy. The rematch is gaining momentum and hype. "Tank gave away too many rounds," one observer said. "He'll be more active next time." Some think Davis could stop Roach in the later rounds, while others believe Roach has...
There's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You know, you meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great, and if he feels like, you know, he's grew wings where he can fly and become his own boss, more power to him.
Now seen enough to stay competitive and possibly pull off the win. Some are even talking trilogy. If the second fight is close or controversial again, a third bout could be in the cards. In that case, what started as a surprise draw might become one of boxing's most intriguing rivalries. Gervonta Davis reunites with Mayweather ahead of Roach rematch. Gervonta "Tank" Davis has reconnected with Floyd Mayweather in the build-up to his highly anticipated rematch against Lamont Roach. Mayweather expressed continued support for Davis, calling him like a kid to him and stating that he never takes it personally when Davis speaks out. "I'm proud of everything he's accomplished," Floyd said, reaffirming his hopes that Davis returns to the ring with renewed focus and power. Laser focus in Vegas camp. Footage from Davis's Las Vegas training camp paints the picture of a fighter entirely locked in. Every sparring session appears highly structured, with observers noting marked improvements in stamina, footwork, and intensity. Insider clips reveal a focused Davis operating at peak conditioning, exhibiting mental sharpness and strategic evolution, signaling this rematch is being treated as more than just business. A split that sparked growth. When Davis parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, the move made headlines. Though public at times, the separation underscored Davis's desire for autonomy, while Floyd emphasized structure and guidance. Despite the break, Mayweather publicly backed Davis, praising his ambition and asserting more power to him. Their recent reunion suggests that time apart may have been necessary for growth, but reconciliation now reflects maturity and a shared vision. Mayweather has also voiced concerns about Davis not receiving pound-for-pound recognition, hinting that his promotional ties may have contributed. "That shouldn't affect how talent is recognized," Floyd insisted, continuing to advocate for Davis beyond the ring, support that extends into reputational arenas. Familiar team, new energy. Davis has reunited with his longtime coach Calvin Ford, a relationship rooted in trust, discipline, and mutual respect. Ford, who helped shape Davis into a champion early on, brings deep familiarity and strategic clarity. Complementing Ford is Kenny Ellis, a tactical veteran known for his focus on in-fight adjustments and game planning. Together,